Welcome. You're tuned in to the podcast that celebrates the incredible individuals who are shaping our communities and making a positive impact. This is Who's in the Mix, and I'm your host, Christa Hunt, and I'm absolutely delighted to have you join us on this inspiring journey.
Yes, it will.
All right. Good morning. We are live. No,
Good
not
morning.
Really, not live.
Good morning.
I always wanted to say that.
Right. Live from Bakersfield.
Oh, my goodness. We are here with the lovely Miss Whittany Horn.
Thank you.
With Homecourt Interiors.
Yes.
Welcome to Who's in the Mix.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I am so glad this finally came through, girl.
Me too.
Oh, my goodness.
This is great. This is a great platform to have and to be able here and be able to speak to you is a blessing.
Yes. I know when we reconnected, oh, my goodness. Let's give a little history on how we met.
Let's go.
Go ahead. Tell me, because it's been a long time. I've known you and your family for a very long time, right?
Yes. So I first heard of you in 2012 when you did my sister's wedding. So Michael and Brittany Stewart. That was in 2012. And then kind of a backstory, I guess, fun fact, I met my husband at my sister's wedding too. I was the maid of honor and he was the best man. So fast forward to 2017, you did our wedding photos. So yeah, everything came full circle.
Wow. Yes, beautiful family.
Right.
The Bennett family is beautiful family.
Thank
yes,
you.
it actually goes further back because there was a lady, your mom's friend. Can't remember her name right off the top of my head, but she had a wedding in
our
backyard.
Yes, that's right. Yes, May. May.
Yes, that's right. Miss May, lovely Miss May. I still see her every once in a while.
Yes, she's beautiful.
Yes. But that's the first time I seen the girls, the Bennett girls.
The Bennett girls. Tiffany, Brittany, and Whitney.
That's right. So I got to know each one of you, and through doing your weddings, and now fast forward to here we are, 2023.
Yes.
We reconnected.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my God.
Absolutely.
Wow. And it's for a really good reason.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Tell us. First, give us an introduction. Your name, who you are, what you do.
Yes. So I am Whittany Horn. I am the owner of Homecourt Interiors, which is an interior design firm based here in Bakersfield, California. Backstory, I am born and raised here in Bakersfield. I'm a Bakersfield girl. I'm still not used to the heat, but yes, I'm a Bakersfield girl. But Homecourt Interiors, I just launched in October of 2022. And here we are in July of 23, still moving along and keeping the train moving.
Wow. Now tell us, how did you get into interior design? Because you say interior design, I mean, you don't hear a lot of people into interior design, especially us black women, right? You don't know too many black women. I mean, I don't know personally, but it's wonderful to see a black young lady who is doing interior design, and I've did some pictures of your work, and it is beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. So how did it all start? Did it just start like, last year you just come out of nowhere and just say, I want to be an interior designer?
I have loved interior design since I was a little girl. So when I say little girl, I mean, I'm talking about 4 or 5 years old. I loved interior design before I even knew that that's what I was doing. I just wanted to make sure my room was always nice and tidy, and I like to vacuum, and let's put something up on the wall. And my mom would be like, that's interior design, yes. Like, I just wanted to make sure my bed was cleaned up and, right. Make sure my room was smelling good. So it started at a very, very young age. Always been a creative, always wanted to enter coloring contests at the grocery store. Always wanted to express my creativity, but being like kind of a background in astrology, but being a Taurus and just being so connected to home, and being an earth sign and just really valuing the importance of my environment, is really where the interior design aspect sparked from. So it's something that I've just was born with, you know, as a part of who I am.
Yeah.
So with that journey of, you know, becoming an interior designer, you know, you just kind of take that leap. You know, I went to school here in Bakersfield, Cal State University, and majored in business marketing. Always in the back of my head, kind of knew what I wanted to do, you know, with that degree was to eventually get into design. So I was able to acquire a position as a design assistant. And with that, learned the industry and started to take on projects independently. And from there, I made another leap and went out on my own. And here I am with Homecourt Interiors.
Wow. What a journey. What a journey. See, so it's not something that is not like a cookie cutter. It's not like you get out and be like, one day you wake up and be like, I want to become an interior designer.
Right.
It's something that you've had in your heart for all these years.
And always.
You had to go through some formal training in school to get to where you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so some things do take a little work.
Absolutely.
And this was one of them.
Yes.
Okay, all right, good. Wow, well, that's a great story on how to become a interior designer. Yes.
Yeah, just anything out there, really. If you want it, if you're hungry for it, you know, then you're willing to fight for it, you know, and it's not always an easy, you know, course or whatever it is, but if you have that perseverance and you're able to push through to achieve your dreams, you know, absolutely go for it and just don't quit. You hear that all the time, don't quit, but and when you're in your pursuit of happiness, yeah, you have to persevere. You have no choice.
That's right. Yeah, when you say that, okay, so how long did it take you from when you realized you wanted to become, you know, this is your career move, right?
Yes.
So you went to school. So what was the time period in that, from that point until now?
Ooh, time period from that. I would say, I mean, it was right after I received my degree in 2013.
Okay.
So, and then again, still doing interior design for family and friends. Formal training began in more of 2018, just learning how to critique and, you know, just get a little sharper with the craft. Yes, and then to 22 of launching out or branching out on my own. So yeah, it took a few years, you know, and there's of course moments of defeat within that where I'm just like, what am I doing? Is this really going to happen? You know, because like you were saying, being a woman of color, you don't see too many of us in interior design, you know, you just don't, you know, so it almost seems like if that representation isn't there, then is it really attainable? Can I do it? You know, so there was moments of defeat there along the way. But like I said, going back to that perseverance and that mental toughness that you have to just keep pushing on to achieve what you want in this life and create the life you want.
Right. Yeah, and it comes to, I think, if you love something as much as, you know, especially creators, when we love something like that,
Yes.
you know, sometimes we just that helps us move forward.
Yes.
Yeah, persevere. And you love doing interior designer because that's something you've done since you were just a baby almost.
Yes.
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 So that must drive you to continue to go too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is something that I've born with. I have loved it since I was a little girl, literally. Before I even knew what interior design was, I was doing it, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, it's always been, you know, it's beyond just putting pictures up on the wall. It's beyond just a rug and a little accessory. For me, it's a peace of mind, and I want everyone to be able to go to their living space and be able to unwind. You know, everything has its place, and when things are organized, it just gives you such a like mental clarity. So that's really like the end goal. That is when we're designing beyond the interiors, you know, and it's just giving that mental peace that we all need, especially in today's world.
Oh yeah, that's most definitely, yes. I noticed that in your design. Yes, that's the spaces are created just like that. You know,
Thank you.
It's just open, and it's serene, and you just feel a sense of peace.
Just peace.
Yeah, simplicity too.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, when did that all start for you? I mean, was it something that you've always enjoyed, like the style of that look, or is it something you just developed?
That's something that I've always enjoyed. I've always been more of a less is more, you know, type of person. I mean, even with my clothing, or if it's, you know, makeup or whatever, I've always just liked more of a minimal style, you know, and I think that when you are able to design in that fashion, you still keep the integrity of the furniture that you're displaying too. So let's say if you have a nightstand, you want the functionality there. Okay, on your nightstand, you want to have a lamp, you know, maybe a place to put your water, whatever it may be, add a little greenery, but you still want to be able to showcase that that nightstand as well. For the, you know, the way it's built or the color tone that it is. You don't want to have too many things going on to where you don't even see the nightstand after, you know what I mean? It's just more of like appreciate the furniture that you're displaying as well.
Right.
So
yeah,
less is more has always been my vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
I know that word is so like overused, but no, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you who think they know about, you know, design, you know, just from watching TikTok or social media, it's a whole different world. And I mean, when Whittany explains and tells you how things are to be displayed, I mean, I learned so much just being, you know, taking those pictures in your home, and you're explaining to me why, you know, certain pieces were where they were, the color tones. I'm like, wow, this is more in depth
it's
than
deep.
just than just
people don't
putting
realize
some pieces together, right?
Right,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, yes,
every detail has a reason why it's placed there. You know, why the mirror is going here, why everything is broken down to a science. And I'm glad you mentioned that with, you know, TikTok and Pinterest, because now there's so many avenues where you can look up interior design. But it's when you are in it and you are you know, creating a design for a family, you need to tailor that design around them. You know, it's not necessarily about going in and doing what you like or the color palettes that you like. You know, you need to hear their story. You need to hear, you know, their dislikes, and, you know, just take all of that into consideration when you are putting together a space for them.
Yeah, and that's important. Yes, about the client. Yes. Yeah, because everyone has their own piece, right?
Right.
Sees piece in a different way. So
Absolutely.
you have to tailor to their needs.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. And back to where we were talking about just mental, you know, being at peace mentally.
Yes.
And you go in, and I mean, a lot of people are dealing with mental illness right now because of all different reasons, right?
Yes.
And there's, like they say, there's no place like home. You know,
Right.
The home is where you escape. Right.
Exactly.
And if your home is not together, you know,
It'll
your
show.
home's chaos, then you just, you know, you're coming from out there, you know, dealing with all that garbage, and then come home, and then you're in a space where it's not peaceful, then it's not any justice to you.
Exactly.
So it's important to have your home, I would say, you know, in a place where you can have that peace.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, again, that's the main goal for me. Yes, we can go in and we can make your house look lovely, but at the end of the day, you know, and that goes into the name of the business too, your home court. This is your home court. This is where you should feel comfortable. This is where, you know, your fans are, your support system is there cheering for you. You know, they want to see you win. And even when you don't win, even when you lose, that same support system is still there, you know, giving you a pat on the back and giving you that encouragement to continue on. And that's life, you know. So it's your home is definitely a huge reflection, you know, like on your, like you said, like your mental state, how you feel that day. You know what I mean? Like it all ties back to the home and having that support system around you.
Yeah, now you dabbed a little bit in the name of your business.
Yes.
It's Homecourt Interiors.
Homecourt
That's
Interiors.
right. Hear that, guys? Homecourt Interiors. Tell us about how did that
Absolutely.
name come about?
Well, that
little
name,
background.
yeah, a little background on that was I've always, along with loving interior design, I grew up, my sisters and I, being athletes. So, you know, from basketball to running track to volleyball, soccer, you name it. We were always involved in some sort of, extracurricular activity. So with that, just the lessons that you learn through sports, or even if it's not sports, even if it's if someone is learning piano or whatever, it all goes back to character building. So let's say you're not always going to win that race that you have been training for. You're not always going to get that promotion that you felt you were worthy of. You're not always going to get that job that you just knew you just nailed the interview for. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yes, yeah,
like
right.
I just know I'm going to get this job, but it doesn't always work. And so how do you overcome that? How do you overcome defeat? How do you continue on? Again, speaking back to that perseverance and that mental toughness that you have to have. You may need to practice practice shooting a little more, practice your agility even harder than you have before, or even in life, you may need to reread that self-help book that, was once in your mind but kind of faded away. You may need to revisit that to continue on. So with Homecourt, that was more of a combination of my story of the love for the sports that I participated in, along with having the passion for interior design. So my home is my home court. When you come into my home, this is going to be a reflection of my husband and I and our story. When I'm at Christa's home court, it's going to be a reflection of you. So home court, where everyone's cheering for you there.
Right.
Obviously in sports, if a team is playing at home, they have a higher advantage of winning. You feel better, you're more comfortable, and that's the basis behind it.
I love it.
Homecourt
Yes,
Interiors.
there it is. Now you heard it. That's where
Yes.
Homecourt Interior came from.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Homecourt. So, yeah, don't forget about that. Yeah, make your home your home court, because it is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, hey, you paying to live there, right?
That bill comes every month.
Right, every month. That's your name on it. That's your home court.
Yeah, if you want to make it purple, blue, whatever.
Let's do it.
It's your home. It's your home
Exactly.
court.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like when you go to the basketball games and football games, they got it in their color. They got it in.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to pick your color.
It
People
is.
think, oh my God, going to, I see us women out there at the Home Depots.
Overwhelmed.
They have
Right.
no clue what to do.
Like, which way do
Right.
I go? Yes.
Yes, and then when they do, a couple months later, like, oh no, that wasn't right. Yes,
I
yes.
know.
What is the solution to that?
So it's a solution that, for me anyway, I mean, it goes all back to having that conversation with the client, because a lot of clients don't know right off the bat, I like more of a gray blue, or I like an emerald green. It's not like that. And sometimes I really have to pull to have those conversations to get to know them and who they are. Maybe, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, I like to go to the beach. Like, okay, well, what do you do at the beach? Oh, I just like, I just walk on the sand. I don't necessarily get in the ocean, but I just like being out there. Like, okay, so maybe some neutral tones. Maybe we pull in a little bit of the, the blues, a little bit of green, just to have more of a reflection of nature, or whatever it may be. Some are way on the other end of the spectrum. Some are like, I like hot pink. I don't like this shade of blue. I don't, and it's just, and that's great. The more information I have, the better. The more inspiration you find through, watching HGTV or on Pinterest or on TikTok. All of that is tells me more about who they are, so that way I can create a design that, tells their story.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what it's about, is learning about the client. Yes, getting them to speak and talk about what it is they like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what that'd be the key thing that it comes down to. Because I mean, I have things in, certain palettes that I gravitate towards, me being who I am, but that's me, and this is your home court. So so sometimes that's a real hurdle that you can face, because a lot of times people just want you to come in and just do whatever you think, with, like, you have at it, whatever you think should go there, just go ahead and do it. And it's like, that's the total opposite of what we want, professionally. I can give advice with that, but when it comes to actually, creating the pieces, I need to make sure that, everyone is being represented. Are there some masculine pieces in there? Are our fabrics looking right? Are we finding that happy medium? In every detail of design, it can really, I don't think people realize how much thought process goes into, choosing every piece, choosing every fabric.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
And my mind is always just going. I don't think my brain ever stops.
Right. Yeah. Well, my mind now, I was just going through, what is it like going the whole process? I mean, like you said, it could be overwhelming, and it's a lot of details involved. So take us through the whole process of a room. Like, let's start with the, let me see, what's your favorite room in the house, Whittany?
Oh, I love the living room.
The living room, okay.
Yeah, that's where we all hang out, the living room.
The living room. Okay, so take us through a process of designing someone's living room. You got a new client and they come in to you and
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the key questions that I ask when it comes to their overall space, but in particular the living room, is, do they entertain? How is their lifestyle? How do they function? Do they like to, like me personally, I rearrange my furniture, all the time. So I have 2 sofas, and then I have like an accent chair that I can, individual pieces that I can move. If they say, no, I don't really move around my furniture too much, then, we can get away with possibly having a sectional there, because the sectional can only go one of 2 ways. Once it's set, it's set. So definitely starting off with those questions, and then it just it goes into, again, to them telling me about themselves. Do you like to travel, or do you have children? Do you have pets? Because I need to make sure that the colors that I'm choosing, the fabrics that are out there, there's performance fabrics now that basically have that repellency built into them now, so we don't have to necessarily do the whole Scotch Guard thing some you do, but with the performance fabrics, normally you don't. So I'm asking them a whole slew.
Wow. See, I didn't know anything about no performance fabric and no Scotch Guard.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've been shopping.
And exactly.
Yeah, so it's a new world out there.
It is. It's a new world. And,
Yes.
and now these, these furniture companies, they don't want you to necessarily steer away from having light or white furniture, because now they make the fabrics that have that repellency like in it. So that way you can, get away with having lighter pieces, and having a kid, if spaghetti spills or whatever it may be, it still be able to come right up. So, so definitely just asking them all those questions, even getting into artwork. What do you like more, botanicals? Do you lean more towards abstract art? And when I'm having the consultation, it's not necessarily to give me an answer right in that moment. These are just questions to homework on the client's end to really think about, to, what do you want your home to reflect, basically.
Right. Yeah. So those questions are key.
Those questions are key. Yeah.
Yes.
And then once I'm able to, get some of those answered, then it just will, continue to progress on from there. If we want to add in some, mix some metals, or, have more of a wood coffee table, or do we do maybe a big leather ottoman, in the room? If they have little ones, you don't have to worry about them, hitting their head on the coffee table if it's a nice cushioned ottoman or something. And there's functionality with that too. You can put them on casters. You can move them up to you and prop your feet up if you'd like. So, furniture has come such a long way, and it really is a lot of fun, and once the design continues to evolve, once I can think that I have it, and then kind of sleep on it overnight and then come back and then want to critique. It's just these constant like epiphanies that come to you to continue to tailor the design more and more, which is beautiful. That's the beautiful aspect of it. So yeah, I mean, just going back to having conversations with them, that helps create and put together the entire design.
Right.
So I don't know if the client always realizes how much this is them. You know, it's not just a designer that's coming in and telling you what you need to do. Of course, we're there to make suggestions, but the design is about what you want it to reflect at the end of the day.
Yes.
It's your home court. You paying the mortgage, you paying everything else. So we want to make sure that it reflects you.
Right. Yes. And I think we can't emphasize on that enough. It's all about you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Your background, your culture.
Yes.
And even like, I mean, even when someone comes with their dislikes, like I don't want this, I don't want that, all of that, at least they're strong on what they do not like, you know, or a certain shade. I don't want to see that at all. Great. You know, the more information, the better it is, you know, for the designer.
Right, yeah. Now, with all the trends, I don't know, like, I know with photography, there's always different trends out there, and it's just a wide, you know, you can get probably overwhelmed with, again, with social media, you seeing, you know, this look, you know, this look, and different trends. How do you keep, you know, focused? And like, do you go to trends when you're dealing with a client, or do you look at that as inspiration? You use that for inspiration, or do you go with a certain look? Or what kind of style are you in?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a certain look. I mean, like I was saying, like when it comes to if it's artwork on the wall, I'm always kind of like a bigger is better type of person. Like the more impactful it is, the better it is, you know. Just to be seen, to be showcased. Like I was saying, like on a nightstand, you don't necessarily want to, you know, have too much going on with it, because then people aren't seeing the beauty of the nightstand and like the functionality. Oh, it has drawers and this and that. So I try to do things that are more timeless. So that way, you know, 10 years from now, you can walk back into that space and be like, oh, okay, all of this is still.
So out with the trends. No trends, because trends come and go, right?
They come and go. They come and go.
So you got something in your house and, you know, that was like, you know, dated, right? Because somebody was like, oh, that was like, 2000. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you stay away from trends. Is that
I
what
try
you're telling
to.
me? Okay.
Right. I try to. And again, it's to create a timeless, you know, piece, you know. Even you can think about that even with wardrobe, you know what I mean. If you have the black button-down shirt or like the little black dress that you know is never gonna go,
you can always go to that black dress.
Exactly.
10 years later, as long as you keep in shape, right? As long as you still got that 36 inch.
I know you may have to get another size, but but it'll still always, you know, be clutch, you know, and that's that's always going to be my end goal, is to create a space that is for the client and that is timeless. You know?
Oh yeah, that's important. Yes, because then you'll find yourself, you know, just like that dress fight, going, you know, shopping for another dress, right? Because it's outdated, and and it's the same thing that goes with your living space.
Absolutely.
Yes, if it's dated, then you gotta buy a whole nother budget.
Right. Exactly.
Update it, right?
Exactly. So that's the thing. If we are able to nail down the design, you're only having to make that purchase that one time, you know, spend a little more on the quality, you know, so it lasts longer. And ultimately you will have a timeless space that, you know, that you enjoy. If you want to have fun, like with some of the trends, you know, if it's a pillow or things like that, things that are interchangeable, but your big pieces, I feel those should be timeless. You know, your stone on your countertops, your tile in your, you know, bathroom shower, whatever it may be. Let's go timeless with that, because that costs money. You know, you're not going to be going in changing out countertops all the time. You know what I mean? So it's just, but a pillow, you know, it's a pillow at the end of the day. So you get a little more freedom with things like that.
Right. Yeah. I was just thinking of just looking at it as a investment. your mental, status, right? Because now, we're spending money on, visits to the therapy. When you go to the therapist, they got the music all soothing, right? When you walk in there, you got the furniture, the smell.
Absolutely.
You can have that same space at home, right?
You can. And that's so funny you say that, because that's what I tell clients too. You spend money to go stay at a hotel for a night, and you see how, oh man, everything, wallpaper, oh gosh, this is so beautiful. Well, yeah, let's do that in your home. It may not be all at once, but if we put together a cohesive plan, and just keep chipping away at it. Let's start with the living room. Most clients start with the living room because that is the main space where people see, and then gradually go into the bedrooms. But absolutely, let's give that same hotel feel to your home court.
Yes. That's absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right about going to these resorts, and because you want to get away, because that house, their home court, is not the way you want it to be. Yeah, right. So you need to go.
You go and be inspired. But and I felt like that as a little girl too. I'm like, oh, we're staying at a hotel. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the room. I can't wait to see how the furniture is going to be, and I was just a little creative kid. I just, what's the lamp base going to look like? Like, I don't know, just always this kind of weird, but that it just fascinated me, like from a young, and you just, that more of that look good, feel good, do good, sort of mentality that starts at your home too. It's important.
Yes. Wow, so there it is. Yeah, so why not make that space your home space, the way you see when you go out on a trip?
Absolutely. That same feeling, we want to bring that to the home.
When you come home from work, you can walk through those doors and have that same right?
Exactly. The worries of the world and the stress. It's just, you want to be able to come home and de-stress and, implement those those self-help practices, and just be kind to yourself. I know now my generation is all like, the soft life, I'm entering my soft life era, and it's not necessarily about just being just pampered and getting pedicures every other day. It's for that, for me anyway, it's not about that. It's just be kind to yourself. Take a break from the phone. Whether you need to take a bath or, get a little Dr. Teal's with the, soak with the little melatonin in it. You know what I mean? Like, take care of your mind. As much as the world wants us to exercise our bodies and stay, you need to exercise your mind and take care of yourself too. So overall, that is my goal, that comfort, that peace, that clarity, everything is in place. When it's tax season, you can pull out your binder and have everything buttoned and tucked away. You'll be glad you did, It'll save you a lot of time. It'll save you a lot of agony with everything just, being in order. So,
yes. That sounds like that's Whittany, in order.
I try.
Right? Make things in order.
Exactly.
That's good.
I try to keep it together.
That's good, Everything's in order. Mine is in order, right?
Absolutely.
And they say a messy life is a messy mind. Yeah, if you got messy environment, then your mind is messy. Could be messy too. Yeah,
exactly.
So wow. Well, this is good. I love it. We've learned so much about you, Miss Whittany, and the Homecourt Interiors.
Yes.
Now I know doing all this, you got to have a great support team, and you have a wonderful husband that we mentioned earlier, and a wonderful baby girl.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
My baby.
Yes.
Oh man, she's the best medicine, the best thing. Oh, that little girl. Oh my gosh.
You got a great team, your teammates.
So
yes. So tell us about your team.
Yes. So my team, like you said, my wonderful, super duper supportive husband. Yes, he is my rock. When I'm feeling low, he's right there. When I'm on a high, I'm like, I got this. He's right there. He's always been that way. Always. And yes, my baby girl, Halo. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. But yes, she's always there too, to support. And and my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, my cousins, my friends, my everybody, I have a very, and I always have, and I'm grateful for that. I'm very blessed to can say that I've always had a very strong support system around me, and that's key, in life. So like you said, whether you in whatever state that you're in, with me, branching out to, on my own into entrepreneurship, the support system is there. You need a support system no matter what, no matter what you're going through. It's just imperative to, have that in line. So if it's the local, pastor, if it's your financial advisor, like it's strong to build. It's important to build a strong team around you, because at the end of the day, you do need that support. You need people there to continue and to cheer you on, to call you out if it's wrong. That accountability is a huge aspect of it too. And to piggyback on that, that's even a part of another principle that was instilled in me with being an athlete growing up and correlating it over to life. Accountability is huge. You have to be able to hold yourself accountable, hold others accountable, and sometimes it hurts, but it's necessary, in order to get to that next level. So they definitely hold me accountable too, and I love them for it. Ask my husband, sometimes I don't want to hear it, but I'm glad he said it. I'm like, ooh.
Hey, yeah, if your family can't be right with you, who
right.
will, right?
I know. Sometimes I want them to just agree with what I'm saying. But no, I definitely, you got to be held accountable.
Yes. Not, life is not all hunky-dory.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. And that's the reality of it. It's hard. Life is hard, It is hard. And you have to be able to, have that mental toughness, have that support team around you to continue on, to become the best version of you. And then even with that, the late, great Kobe Bryant, I still utilize, his principles of that whole Mamba mentality. The whole point of that is to become the best version of yourself. So, we grew up, again, is no choice in my household but to be, Laker fan or whatever. But, but just overall in sports, that was my time. Those are my memories. A lot of people have, Michael Jordan, of course, is their memories, but Kobe Bryant is my era. So that's what I remember, playing the games, or him fighting through injuries and how to keep your composure to continue on. All of those. That's not just things that are related to just sports.
Right.
It's life. You have to be able to overcome defeat. You're not going to win every race. You're not going to win every game. How do you handle it? That's your character. That's that's character building there. It's okay to show emotion, but you can't let it take you out, and just stop. You gotta keep going.
Yeah. Well, we definitely see that in you, Miss Whittany. Boy,
thank you.
I wouldn't want to be on the opposite side of you on the court, boy, coming at me with the ball. Here she comes. She'll run right through you. Yes. No, but that is very important. You are absolutely right.
Yes.
Please, it's so very important for people to have that mentality.
Absolutely.
Yes. You fall, you get right back up.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's going to be okay. Dust yourself off.
Dust
it's a learning
lesson.
Lesson. Yes,
exactly.
Life
Take it
lesson.
to the chin. Keep going. You know, learn from it. You're going to make mistakes. It happens. It's okay to take ownership of your mistakes. Right. Embrace your mistakes, because you know what? At the end of the day, they make you better.
Oh yes,
they make you better. It's not about pointing the finger and who did what and this person didn't. Nope. Yes. It goes back to you. Only person that you can control is yourself. So. Yeah.
Wow. Facts.
Bars.
Yeah. Bars.
I'm just kidding.
Wait. That's a new one on me. You got to explain that one.
Bars, that's like a rapper. If they, whatever, of course, they're like, oh, bars. That's bars right there. You have that one, Christa.
I'm learning on this. Oh my God, I love it. See, I'm learning
bars.
Bars, yeah, no facts. They're doing bars now.
There you go. Yes. always something new. Trust me, I learned new stuff from TikTok, and I'm like, oh, that's what that means.
Wait till Halo gets a little older.
Oh my gosh,
some new stuff too.
I know she is. She is on the stage with the lingo.
Oh my God. Well, this has been so much fun. That is what it's all about. It's about learning about our community and what they have to bring, and
Absolutely.
and it's just been so wonderful having you in here.
Thank you.
And
This was
and
fun.
just talking about who you are, what you do, and what life is all about, what you've been through to get to this point,
Absolutely.
and where you going.
And where I'm going.
Where you going? Tell us where you going, Miss Whittany. Tell us.
I just plan on to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and keep God as the center of my life. And it's His journey for
That's
me.
right.
So wherever He is guiding me, then
yes.
I'm right there with it. Because like I said, God laughs when you plan. So I just stopped planning. Okay?
Oh, yeah, there you go. So you hear that?
Lord,
Yes.
just guide me.
Yes. If something, if you feel that little, time in your life where you're like, oh, I've done everything and I can't figure out what to do next, and that's God telling you to don't plan no more. Right. Let me take control of the wheel.
Yes.
You just sit back.
You just sit, and that's literally all we have to do is sit back. God will take care of you. He will. You still, you got to do the work, of course. Like I was saying, push through and persevere. But it's His plan at the end of the day. So
that's good.
I just plan on doing whatever He takes me to.
That's good. You learned that early, girl. Cause, people still learning. It's okay. Sometimes we forget. We need to be reminded. And thank you for reminding us.
Thank you.
And for those who needed to hear that.
Absolutely.
Yes, if you're out there and you're listening and you just feel like you've done everything, you tried everything, sometimes this is that time.
Exactly.
Yeah, let it
Relinquish
go.
that control and remember who's in control.
Right.
And let Him guide you. That's all you can do. You got a burden. My grandma would say, I just drop off my burdens to the Lord and I just leave them there.
Drop them off.
Just drop them off. Right. And then she said, His shoulder's much broader than mine. I just drop them like that's and she's almost 90 years old. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's it right there.
Blessing, yes.
That's right there.
Those
That's
good
all
old
you gotta
lessons
do.
there,
I know. And we get so caught up in the world, caught up in our phones, caught up in, gotta do this, gotta do.
Right.
You forget those, just how simple life is.
It sure
at times.
is. It really is. If you stick to those key principles.
Yes.
And know who is the maker, and
Yes.
who's in control, who is really in control.
Right, exactly. Who's really in control.
We don't have any control. We just
here.
we're just products of the Lord, and we just servants.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Oh my goodness.
He's the one that's guiding everything.
Oh my God, we're about to have church in here. Let's
Amen.
we gotta get some praise to the Lord.
Right.
It's bar.
Right. I know. Bars.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's plural. You got to put the S
I'm
at the end. Yeah, it's bars. It's bars.
Okay, all right. I have to remember that. Bars.
Yeah, Jesus got all the bars. Jesus do the mic drop. He got it.
Mic drop. I remember that one.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. How can we end this? I think we covered everything. You tell us. Where do people find you? How do they go about looking for you?
Yes. So I am on Instagram. You can find me at Homecourt Interiors, along with Facebook as well. Homecourt Interiors. Remember the S at the end. And you can reach me by phone, email. I have all the information on my website as well, which is homecourtinteriors.com. So on there, you'll be able to fill out a questionnaire if you are interested in design service, and it has just a list of services on there as well. So check it out.
Oh my God, this has been wonderful. Miss Whittany with Homecourt Interiors.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us today on Who's in the Mix. It's been terrific and so much fun talking to you.
Thank you.
Same here. If there's anything that we forgot that you just like to just share with us, please let us know now.
Sounds good. No, I think we're all set. All squared away.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. All right. So we are out, and bars.
It's too fun. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, Whitney. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Who's in the Mix. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained valuable insights from our incredible guest.